You've handed me a source full of mostly boilerplate streaming prompts and a teaser about an American tour, and your instruction is to turn it into a completely original, opinionated YouTube script with heavy personal commentary. Let me flip this into something that feels like a creator thinking aloud, reacting, and analyzing the idea behind a Land of Hope and Dreams American tour in a way that's fresh, insightful, and genuinely engaging for a global audience. I'll build the script around a core premise: what this tour represents in 2026, nostalgia meets streaming realities, live performance culture, and the economics of bringing a big show to fans across the United States, while inserting strong, clearly voiced opinions and interpretations. Hook, first 5 to 10 seconds. What if the biggest myth about going on tour isn't the venue or the set list, but the idea that live music still functions like it did a decade ago? Today, I'm peeling back the curtain on the Land of Hope and Dreams American tour and what it reveals about fame, fandom, and the new rules of performing live. Context setup. I'm not just reacting to a tour announcement. I'm unpacking how tours are marketed in 2026, how streaming integrations shape audience expectations, and what fans actually want from a live experience in a world where music is everywhere, but tickets are precious. Main breakdown. Idea 1. The branding of nostalgia. Commentary. Personally, I think nostalgia is a magnet for audiences who grew up with certain icons. The title Land of Hope and Dreams evokes a specific emotional map, a promise of escape, of communal memory, and of a shared sonic world. What matters here is not just the set list but the story the branding tells. This isn't just a concert, it's a pilgrimage. Interpretation. In my opinion, tour branding now doubles as a meta-narrative about return to live events after waves of streaming dominance. The message is, we can curate an experience that feels both familiar and novel, bridging past favorites with new moments on stage. Analysis. What this really suggests is a shift from get fans into seats to get fans into a memory bubble. It's less about individual songs and more about the emotional arc you're promising in a single show. Reflection. One thing that immediately stands out is how titles, visuals, and trailers become the real content. The show is almost pre-sold by mood. Broader perspective. This hints at a broader trend where live events are becoming curated storytelling experiences rather than static performances. Idea 2. The streaming idol paradox at live events. Commentary. What many people don't realize is that the streaming era changed expectations for interactivity. Fans want seamless sync between what they're hearing on playlist apps and what they're hearing on stage. Interpretation. From my perspective, the tour could leverage live streaming partnerships, exclusive backstage moments, or real-time polls to shape an evening, turning a concert into a dynamic, participatory event. Analysis. This raises a deeper question about ownership of the artistic moment. If a venue is connected to a streaming service for a live sync, who owns the moment, the artist on stage or the platform broadcasting it? Reflection. A detail I find fascinating is how audience data from streaming can translate into stage choices, lighting cues, or encore timing. Broader perspective. The integration signals a move toward hybrid experiences where digital and physical realms fuse, creating new revenue streams and fan attachment mechanics. Idea 3. The economics of a modern tour. Commentary. Personally, I think the financial math has shifted. It's not just about ticket prices. It's about bundled experiences, exclusive merch, and tiered access that monetisers fan loyalty over time. Interpretation. In my opinion, fans are more protective of value now. They want long-term relationships with artists, not one-off ticket drops. Analysis. What this implies is a design challenge. How to deliver perceived value at every price point, front row moments, backstage glimpses, or fan club exclusives, without fragmenting the core audience. Reflection. What people misunderstand is that cheaper seats aren't inherently less valuable. They're entry points to a carefully crafted experience ladder. Broader perspective. This mirrors a larger trend in entertainment where creators monetize community, not just content, building ecosystems around tours. Idea 4. The live show tech evolution. Commentary. What makes live shows feel future-forward isn't just the songs, it's the tech, LED walls, holographic inserts, synced light shows, and immersive soundscapes. Interpretation. If the Land of Hope and Dreams tour leans into tech, it could redefine what a nostalgic performance means by offering a fresh sensory experience that still carries familiar tunes. Analysis. This signals a bigger pattern. Audiences expect an event that's as visually striking as it is sonically satisfying. Reflection. A detail I find fascinating is how technology can make a political or emotional thesis of a tour feel universal, something that translates across languages and cultures. Broader perspective. The tech arms race in touring is shaping a new standard for what stadium-worthy can look like, even for artists who once kept shows intimate. Deeper insight. Idea. The cultural moment around nostalgia is accelerating a push for curated emotional journeys rather than bare sets. This isn't just about songs. It's about the shared feeling of belonging to a living, evolving tradition. Commentary. What makes this really interesting is that fans are voting with their time and wallets for experiences that feel personal but scalable. The more the show can feel crafted to individual fans while still being a massive shared event, the more valuable it becomes. Analysis. If a tour successfully blends personal storytelling with mass spectacle, it could become a template for how future live acts balance intimacy and scale. Reflection. This raises a deeper question. Are we witnessing the cinematic concert era, where the best moments live off the screen as much as they live on it? Closing thought. The Land of Hope and Dreams tour isn't just about hitting cities. It's a case study in how live music negotiates value, memory, and technology in 2026. I'm curious to see if the branding stays honest to its emotional core or pivots toward a more platform-driven experience. Open question for viewers. Do you want more immersive tech and audience participation, or do you prefer a straightforward, classic concert vibe? Tell me what you'd sacrifice for a truly memorable live night. End notes. If you found this angle fresh, drop a like and share what parts of a tour you think will shape music's future. Subscribe for more deep dives into how live culture is evolving in the streaming era. That's the creator's lens on a tour concept turned into a lens on the music industry itself. If you'd like, I can tailor this further to match a specific performer, venue, or country focus, or rewrite it with a different emphasis, more humor, more data, more fan voices. Would you like me to adapt this script for a particular artist or add interview-style segments with hypothetical fan reactions to diversify the pacing?